Welcome to the on-site preview of the McGladrey Classic. I will be here all week at the Seaside course here on beautiful Sea Island, Georgia. And in its fourth year, the McGladrey Classic is better than ever. The field is the strongest that it's ever been, thanks majorly to the fact the tournament host is Davis Love. He has such a huge impact on the golfing community. Guys coming out here to show their support for someone that's a mentor to a lot of these people in the field. And then, of course, there's the fact that full FedEx Cup points are being awarded for the first time thanks to this new wraparound 2013-2014 season. Walking down the range this week, it's obvious just how much this tournament has grown. 2011 British Open champion Darren Clarke has decided to make his season debut here, along with other big names in the game like Webb Simpson, Zach Johnson, and Matt Kuchar. There are a number of players in the field that are Sea Island residents, including the featured local grouping of tournament host Davis Love, along with six-time PGA Tour champion Matt Kuchar and fellow resident and FedEx Cup St. Jude Classic champion Harris English. They tee off at noon Eastern Time. There are 11 players in the field this week that are residents of the Sea Island area, including Lucas Glover, Jonathan Bird, and Brian Harman, and a man who said if he had a little bit more money, he would also be a resident here, but that is not the case. Mark Immelman of SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio. Mark, first we'll get an update of your brother Trevor. Of course, he's been going through his ups and downs in his careers. Masters champion, has to go back and earn his card through web.com, goes on to win. He's back here this week. What are your thoughts?
Well, look, things are going in the right direction, obviously. To have the win early on just a few weeks ago was fantastic. You know, he's sort of been fighting his game a little bit, playing and starting to play into some form now, but he always seems to do well in Georgia. He's had a third year before, so, you know, maybe this is the week that he kicks it on to bigger things. I
asked him what part of his game he was going to be focusing on this week, and he said kind of all of it, just mentally being there, working on everything, just want to get better. So that's always, you know, it always sounds like a good sign.
Absolutely, and this golf course asks every test of the golfer's bag. You've got to drive it well, you've got to hit good iron shots to these small greens, and then when the wind kicks up, you know, it's a real big test of ball striking and putting around here.
Players are still talking about the gusts of wind on Monday. Now on Tuesday, there were gusts of wind up to 30 miles per hour. They're up to 40 to 50 on Monday. We hear that may be coming back to us on Friday. How will the wind affect the course and the scoring?
It changes its personality in the biggest way, Amanda. You know, there are holes that go out and come in. If the northeasterly, which is scheduled to blow on Thursday and Friday, that one plays 18, a little bit more down, and it is kind of the easier wind. But when it gets up to gusting at 35, the ball starts moving on these greens and the targets get so much smaller, and then you have to frame these tee shots with the hazards on either side. Those gusting winds makes life very difficult around here.
It may be a new season, but it's still 2013, which means Mother Nature is still a factor week in and week out. You can catch live Round 1 action on Golf Channel beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time with SiriusXM PGA Tour Radio Live play-by-play beginning at 10 a.m. And of course, you can find the live leaderboard, highlights, and breaking news on the Tour Report all on PGATour.com.